sometime since I've been here. What's that been, a couple months?
You've been here a year.
What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and you can already see the two of us are back for the season finale. 3, 2 of y'all plus 1 equals 3. Listen, I'm here with the beautiful Michael Claire. My God, my chair dropped out on me right when I said it.
Is it over?
The math ain't mathing.
Is it over? I'm ready. I'm excited. I need to know who done it. Who done it?
And Rakai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Hello, Governor. I'm convinced it's either the duffel butt or the terrier.
In the Oval Room.
Oh my God, I swear I love y'all to death. Make sure y'all stay to the very end, because you know the three of us, we're going to chop it up, have a bit of a back and forth over things we've enjoyed and over some of the things we are more than likely going to be scratching our heads over. So without further ado, let's get started. Thanks, Netflix. We have achieved the doom.
So close.
It's like an echo effect, like a call and response.
So close. Like a bird
like
call.
T-Pain for a second.
It was like a bird call, if you will.
I'm a buy me a drink.
It was the call of the duffel butt.
It was the call.
I'm gonna win.
You never win.
But I'm feeling like I'm gonna win.
We never thought about
One
her,
game
is
I do
it?
not
How
understand
do
is
you get so
backgammon.
bad at this?
I played it a couple of months ago, actually. It was fun.
I haven't played since I
Again.
was a
I
kid.
don't understand that game.
When I was a kid, I had a magnetic backgammon set I used to play in the car.
We used to play all the time.
He couldn't even see the board, and I would still lose.
I definitely believe that. Why wouldn't I believe that?
Yeah, we didn't even think about her.
At all.
Yeah, just realizing that.
Well, happy birthday, Papa Wynter.
He'd be
157.
thanks.
We're just doing the math. How long ago did you lose him?
54 years this March.
Dang.
Wow.
It's a long time.
How old were you?
11. He and my mom died in a car crash when I was 11.
Oh, wow.
Oh, both.
It wasn't the backgammon. Don't worry. They were good parents.
Finally, some of his backstory, right? The humanity.
Which also tells us that he's 65.
Why don't you have a family? That's why.
Why were you
11.
always letting me run my mouth like that, A.B.?
So you'd feel terrible.
Well, I do.
I should probably hold on this one, actually. I gotta go make this night happen. Try not to kill someone or get killed.
Not funny.
You do have a family. You know that, right? All of this here.
Not them.
All of this here.
She hit the Denzel. She hit a single tear.
She sure did.
Yeah, it ain't her. She love that man.
Never know.
George.
That's wild.
No allergies.
She said no allergies.
Excellent.
Oh, she had allergies. Lily lied.
I want
See, another lie from Lily.
robot from planet Usher, so maybe
He's
that
the ass.
I'm sending up an engineer to fix the toilet.
Brother gotta turn the TV up.
Brother in the morning.
I like the storyline, yeah. The timeline.
Great,
This
but
is
you
great.
have never understood that.
I know
And if you
Senator Bix is supposed to be doing this.
am going to kill you!
Helen,
No.
That was wild.
I have half of Australia coming to this party. I need Harry Styles here too.
Did they ever explain why
What is wrong with that dude, the calligrapher?
There's this journal. Oh no, he's just getting books for later.
Library.
Problem on the floor.
Was that his office?
His office.
We have a cancellation.
Yes, okay.
I'll arrange it. The Lincoln bedroom.
No allergies.
No allergies. Get these flowers out of here.
Oh, look, he's jumping on Lily.
I am going to tell them everything.
I love how they're
He
doing
said,
all
I'm going to
this.
expose you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everything.
Yeah.
See, it's Harry.
I spoke to Marco.
Oh, you about to give her the bad news.
I can't leave the house like this.
First episode.
Hello? Give me 5 minutes. I am going to be dead by the end of the night.
Yeah, see, it's because he's stressed the heck out.
Need to get off the floor now. Don't worry about it. Get it later.
That's in the library. That wasn't his office where he's putting them books back.
Yeah, that
Maybe
was
his
the library.
journal's in there.
Oh, that's why he was upset.
Remember, that was the first. Maybe it was the first place he went and the last place he went every day.
That's why.
Love the music. Oh my
Yes, the
gosh.
score is crazy dope.
I am now convinced of it.
Excuse me. The mystery of the yellow room.
It's really
Amarillo. Oh, there's the duffel butt. Dunkle butt. What is it? I said dunkle butt. What the daffodil? No, what's
The daffle button.
daffel butt?
I appreciate you appearing before this committee today, Detective Cupp. You know, we've been looking into the death of White House Chief Usher A.B. Wynter.
I've heard.
I like that though.
In fact, we learned over the course of some difficult hearings, for which I accept full responsibility,
To find a giant amphita.
the largest of the tracheophone subossing birds.
Great memory.
Him. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember none of that.
To report that a suspect has been detained in your investigation.
That's correct, Senator.
Oh, shit.
Oh, is?
Okay. But don't you want to hear how I figured it all out?
I do.
I mean,
Kind of.
I really just want to hear who it was.
Me too.
And then you could tell me how you did it.
That part. I'm telling you who it is right now.
Who?
I think he had a heart attack and fell and bumped his head. Walk with purpose.
Yes,
A vase, one of a set.
French porcelain
Yep.
from 1823.
It was on the floor.
You won't. It's broken. I'm sorry.
Detective Cupp, that's not the only thing missing from the room.
Oh,
The candlestick.
I'm looking for a clock.
Okay, sure.
No, a specific clock. Every room in this house has a clock on the mantle, but there isn't one in the yellow oval room.
Oh, that clock, the Franklin clock. Gone.
Do you know where it is?
No, we looked everywhere for it.
Do you have a picture of it?
Franklin clock.
Trip does be snatching stuff.
Chip is a.
That's a big
He's a
clock.
klepto.
Yes.
Can I take this?
Oh.
That thing is huge.
They were distressed.
I wouldn't say distressed.
Looked like
What
they
would you
caught on
say?
I
fire.
would say burned.
Yeah.
Those were beautiful fresh flowers, and they were fully desiccated 2 days later. Burned. Something violent? Contact herbicide? Paraquat, maybe.
Paraquat.
What the heck is that?
Something you keep here?
Do I keep industrial weed killer in my small bouquets? Is that the question?
The
Unfortunate.
greenhouse.
No. But I do know where you can find it.
Yeah.
Paraquat? No, not something we're allowed to use here anymore. Basically, any chemicals.
More.
Conscious landscaping now.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. All I know is we had to get rid of all of our pesticides like paraquat. I'm saying that. I don't think anybody ever came by to collect any of that stuff. Oh, I guess it is still here. You know, that's really weird.
Yes,
You know what I'm gonna say?
I do.
So weird.
The night Mr. Wynter was killed, when we were all out here together, I felt like something had been moved over in this area.
There's something off about that shelf back there. You don't know what it is, but it's bothering you.
Oh, that,
She did say
yes.
that.
They're like, yo, catch up. Oh. No, the secret
Paraquat's
stash
back
behind
there.
it.
Why?
It's hard to explain.
I wondered where it went. Can I have it?
No,
It's mine.
it has paraquat in it.
Poisoned.
My sister made that for me.
Well, now it's kind of a murder weapon.
That's how AB was poisoned.
You can keep it.
Because she did say that he was poisoned when she felt inside
I'm
his mouth.
gonna leave.
Shit, I kind of forgot about that. Damn. But that's not what killed him, though. He got killed because he got hit in the back of the head.
Oh, I mean, what are we doing?
Probably been
looking for
poisoned, fell and hit his
I guess
head.
what I mean is, what is that?
Oh.
Last night you had Bruce and Elsie right there. You were deciding between Bruce and Elsie.
Recap.
And I'm wondering, are we getting any closer to
You're still holding the
To
clock.
figuring out who killed A.B. Wynter?
Yeah, I only got 24 more hours.
I think they brought a real glass. I think that glass fell or broke. I don't know why. And then they grabbed this.
That was the mom.
It in here. And then they picked up the phone and they called A.B. Wynter in his office. And
But
then
she
they
said
came
she
here.
didn't-
Well,
I mean, she still
there.
lied.
She had on
said she never
a
left that room.
bathrobe. I saw a bathrobe.
Table and one on that end
Who
table.
drinks like
I
that?
suspect the one on the end table had
Could
the
be
poison and was
Trip,
poured on the flowers.
The first-
Some of that went.
The first
Lady's
husband's
mom.
mama.
Yeah, that's who it is.
That didn't work. That person picked up something heavy.
The clock.
Possibly the candlestick, but I don't think that was heavy.
The clock.
Poison. I think the heavy object was the clock.
There is no clock.
Exactly.
Shit.
I think this is why.
You think the clock is the murder weapon?
Yes.
He is cooking right now.
Do you think you know where it is?
No, but I know one place they definitely didn't look.
A clock? No, I'd say no.
You lying ass.
In quotes, what is a clock?
I don't want to get in trouble.
It's okay. We're the police.
He's so
right.
stupid.
I do have a nice piece in here
He's so stupid.
of a dude with clock-like elements.
Yeah, and that's from the picture. Oh, no, that's not it.
The heck is that?
Why do you have that?
I took it from the library. I thought, all right, I'll wait until then, and then I'll, put it back, and then that didn't happen.
You see Cordelia's face?
I still can't tell if it's cool or not.
No.
What do you mean he was leaving?
What?
You said Mr. Wynter was leaving and then he didn't.
Leaving the house.
Retiring?
Jasmine.
Oh, sometime since I've been here. What's that been, a couple months?
You've been here a year.
There could be a lot of people.
No, I'm talking about the asshole. The world's biggest
Hollinger.
asshole.
Jasmine.
What?
Oh.
Harry Hollinger.
I don't know what the he's talking about. Dialed into resident staffing because I'm trying to help President Morgan run the country. Because you asking me about Wynter's retirement plans
I love this
doesn't
actor, though.
feel like we're close.
He be on it. He got smug and arrogant.
Wait.
Just
Hold on.
the triple crown of it right now. Smug, arrogant asshole.
Her to shut everything down, and she said no.
Who are you talking about?
Jasmine Haney. She went on some rant.
Oh,
And I thought I was going to be the Chief Usher, but it was made very clear to me tonight that I am not going to be the Chief Usher anytime soon.
On the night Mr. Wynter died, he dropped a bomb on Jasmine. Jasmine Haney was going to be the next Chief Usher of the...
shit.
She knew that. Mr. Wynter told her a year ago he was going to
MC.
retire.
It ain't her though.
I think it is.
It's not.
Over the last year, we all started to feel it slipping.
I didn't think it was.
But
It's too
whatever
early
it
in the
was,
episode.
seemed
It is,
to keep
yeah.
getting pushed back.
Yeah.
And she was pissed.
Okay, talking hasn't gotten me shit. Walking around by his side. Yes, sir. No, sir. Let me take care of that for you, sir.
And this is important. Lots of detectives, even real ones, do this. Know who did it, which I've always thought was a little weird.
This is going to be awesome.
Buckle up. No exit. I'll see you in the game.
Oh,
The mom isn't there.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
One of my contenders.
Yeah.
One of my two is down.
No, that might. I mean,
I'm
that
down
might
a
be,
player.
That might be
That you didn't know.
more
Absolutely
suspicious.
And you thought you just figured out.
the mom is not there? Yeah.
Yeah.
In his office an hour before. The reason for the exchange? The meeting is
That's a different kind of
irrelevant.
Can I leave?
Sure.
Yeah, she blinked. That's not her though.
Other curiosities took longer.
I love it.
Ordered by President Morgan and Elliot so that Harry Hollinger's sister couldn't stay in the White House. Died. A light I was able to trace to the wrist of Trip Morgan.
This watch, I've been having so many problems with it lately.
Trip.
Right? Care to explain yourself?
Nah, I'm just kidding. I know there's three of you. What up, George?
This dude.
Only one trip, thank God for that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yo, you seen that detective? Looks like Indiana Jones and shit.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Supposed to meet her here. She's been badgering me, George, and I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with this whole thing.
Here we go.
Well, you're looking at me funny.
Because they know how to turn it off.
Yeah, he know, listen.
That night of the dinner, I'm like fucked up. You used to party, right? Right? Because my absolute shitbird brother won't let me come to this one with the Australians. I look down on the ground and I see this set of keys and I'm like, what? So I go back down the hall running fast, right? But like real light-footed, like a...
like a gazelle.
I'm like, well, I just f***ed that up, right? Because had I just left him there, it would have been fine. But what am I going to do now? Drag him back?
So he slit the wrists?
Gassed anyway. And this is where I might have f***ed up a little.
You think?
I'm going crazy right now. Heart like a hamster, 500 beats a minute. So I'm like, all right, this has to look like a suicide right here.
Oh my gosh.
One of these robes just grabbed his knife and just sawing away, you know what I mean? So anyway, I grabbed the knife.
That's disgusting, don't you think?
A little bit.
Cut the wrists, dropped the knife, put the
That's
note back in,
nasty.
and took off.
Fingerprints? Anybody?
And that's like all I did.
What?
Like I said,
That's
dude,
all he
I
did.
have absolutely nothing to do with any of this.
The story says that he didn't kill him.
Yeah.
He did a lot, though. This is the height of stupidity. But he didn't kill him.
Good talking to you, G. Late.
Oh, he's a yapper. Jesus.
Oh, she's up there.
That's in AB's office because he got the little look through thing.
Wow.
Look at everybody looking at him.
Did Tripp do it? Did Tripp kill A.B. Wynter? I will not answer that question, not yet.
Look, he's like, just answer the damn question.
From down there.
They really look like it's like a murder mystery tour guide. Look at this.
I know. I know. At the end of this, they gotta get some dinner or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Who did you see dragging Mr. Wynter out of the yellow oval room?
Him.
Big ass.
Yeah, we knew that. We knew that.
Dragging A.B. Wynter down this hall. Why?
Covering for his boot thing.
Yeah, we know why.
Covering up a crime he believed had been committed by the woman he loved, Elsie Chiley.
Everybody's like, this shit.
Walked down the hallway to the elevator.
Follow along, people.
Came back carrying Mr. Wynter. And then he carried him up and left him there.
Carried him. Goodness.
Because you were the one dragging him down here. And you're probably the only person who could carry Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah, upstairs.
Your keys that Tripp found in that room.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we are here. Where it all began.
There we go.
Bruce, the engineer, I mean, I guess it could be her.
It's not her.
No, I don't think so either, Marjorie.
Everybody's like, no, it's not Elsie.
He called me and told me to take care of it.
Who?
Him. What?
That's my dog. That's my dog.
That's a lie. Perry, that's a lie.
Perrier.
Look at him, look at him.
Detective Cupp.
You never called?
Called Miss Haney to seal off a door?
Yes.
Perrier, how dare you? His mom. It still could be his mom.
What? No, why are you asking me that? I mean, not really.
I still think mama.
I do too. I think he's covering up for his mom.
Didn't do this, Miss Cupp. Detective.
Ooh, once the dogs made it to the last bout, let's see if they make it.
Yeah, because his mom had it was in the garden house. Because she had that robe on.
Looks almost like a Malaysian rail babbler. I'm not sure it is, but
A Malaysian rail babbler.
Yeah, it's my favorite bird.
probably elusive bird, but not in a traditional way. It's not just
Rail babbler.
identify even what it is. It's called a rail babbler. It's not a babbler. It has a song that's almost ventriloquial, like it's coming from
Ventriloquial.
Yeah, there we go.
Ventriloquial.
Huh. Yes, it's the mama. You got it. I think
Maybe it wasn't you.
Ventriloquist.
It was an order. Maybe someone did call.
Holy shit.
And maybe it wasn't you.
Oh, come on. Come on, 7.
It's mine.
Come on.
It's mama.
Pretending to
It's
be.
mine. Pretending.
Using
It's
your
mine.
words.
It's mine.
Come on.
Mine.
Hiding. That's possible.
It's mine.
These two, they are the best of friends now.
It's mine.
It's mama.
It's mine. It's mine.
Tricky.
Because she is not here.
So it can't be her.
It was me.
Ah, I was off. Okay.
Wait, she's just gonna admit it?
I ordered the door sealed. I faked Elliot's voice.
How she? Oh.
I'm good at it.
Remember she did it earlier.
That's tricky.
I can do it. I did it.
What? Why?
Cordelia just said that. She knew it.
Mr. Wynter and I had gotten in a fight earlier that night. I felt bad about it. I went looking for him later, and that's when I heard the fight between him and Elsie in here. But I came back immediately because it was so violent. And that's when I saw him. Right there.
That's not what she said earlier.
So who threw the glasses?
They had killed him.
They?
Them.
No!
No!
That's a lie.
Yeah, she's making that up.
Yeah.
They were both here, in the room.
Who had Lilly on their bingo card? I didn't.
Exactly like you said, Detective Cupp.
I
She
think
and Wynter
Rikai
were
did.
fighting.
Yeah, Rikai did.
It missed. It cut his face. Bruce came in after that and hit him with the clock.
What about the poison?
That was for her husband.
Oh.
Ruining her life.
He wanted me to lose my job, wanted to destroy my life.
And she did plan to kill him.
I did want to kill him.
She called Mr. Wynter from the shed because she had to tell him that she was going to be late cleaning the Lincoln bedroom.
She got a lot of goddamn details. Like,
The poison came after. Because there wasn't much blood, they decided that they could make it look like a suicide.
You was in the room the whole time? Why would
she's
you
telling
do
us
that?
like they didn't confess the whole thing to her.
Poured some poison down his throat. Then tossed the rest in the flowers.
That's fucked up.
This dude.
The other one was mine. I needed a drink.
Excuse me.
I felt terrible for them. I know that sounds crazy, but she looked so... She has a daughter. He was just trying to protect her. The page I accidentally ripped out of Mr. Wynter's journal, it read like a suicide note. That's what it sounded like, and I realized what it could do for them to sell the story. Came back down, cleaned it all up. I helped him, picked up pieces of the vase, vacuumed.
He forgot the glasses.
I feel terrible for Mr. Wynter. And I honestly feel terrible for them.
There's no tears.
I ain't denying it.
I'm sorry.
Told a hell of a story. Where the tears at? They're carrying shit.
Nobody's blinking. Just kidding.
Blink.
Yep.
Yes. Watch for it. The blink.
What?
You were so close. So close. I am so unexpectedly impressed by you, Lily. So quick thinking, such an incredible performer.
She getting the gloves on.
Night so much more diabolical than I
Because she lied again.
imagined.
Remember she told Bruce that she remembers everything that they say?
Undone by that single question, the birder asks relentlessly, why? Hiding something with your fingerprints all over it, something that proves you.
The clock.
Oh. Really sorry about this, Mr. President.
She's so dramatic.
I know.
Ah!
Dang, that's a strong.
That is a good ass knife.
Yeah.
That's a good ass aim.
And she knows exactly where the door was.
Yeah, but she doesn't remember. She doesn't forget shit.
That's true.
Fuck yeah!
Hey, barely an inconvenience. This lady got strength. Dang, detective?
If these walls could talk. Oh, there's a secret passage within the secret passage. That's a big clock.
Oh.
Found the murder weapon. She ain't gonna lift that up and crack him in the head.
She
No way. No.
Shit.
Nah, it's not her.
She does yoga every day.
Nah, that's way too heavy.
Oh, look, the blood's still on it. Wow.
See how she's struggling
I need
with
to
that?
call my dad.
Oh, wait a minute.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the clock.
Or why don't I start and then you...
She can lift that?
Mm-hmm.
She did it because she hates you. And by you, I do mean you, Mr. President, but I really mean all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual house, like the physical space. Have you seen what she's done to the Blue Room? Things unless you really hate this place, but also like the house as an idea. Staff, what it represents. America, I guess. She hates it, and she hated me because he represented what it represents, and he was in her way, and he had been for a long time. Tear it down, maybe literally. And he loved the house and cared about the house.
Dang, homie.
Country to visit here, and that was all just really stupid to her. She killed Mr. Wynter because she hated him, but also because she feared him. You want to know why? This is why. On the night of the state dinner, he was going to expose her. That was the fight that Mr. Gomez heard, and It wasn't Harry Hollinger in that room. It was Lilly Schumacher, and she just told you that it was. That's the crazy genius of this wild attempt to frame Bruce and Elsie. She and Wynter got in a fight. He said some terrible things about her. She ripped a page from his journal.
What do you mean, expose her?
I mean, tell you and Mr. Morgan every last abusive thing she had done since she got here, none of which you probably knew about, all of which...
Journal.
All the lies and misrepresentations and indulgences and general shitty behavior. It's all here. And that scared her.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. That's all you got?
Yes. We fought. I admit it. We did fight. Kill him because he was going to expose my shitty behavior? Seriously?
She just looks evil.
What do I care if he says crazy shit to Perry and Elliot?
Stupid. First of all, they're never gonna believe him over me. That's not the way the world works.
Dang.
I'm rich. Here's a secret, everybody. Rich people don't give a shit. This, my $114,000 salary or whatever the it is, which I give to charity, by the way. Okay, guys?
Wow. She's just an awful human being.
Pretty much.
Yes, Lily, I think that's going to happen, so. Wasn't just your shitty behavior. Mr. Wynter was smart enough to know he needed more than that, and it wasn't hard to find. There are a couple pages here in his journal that I didn't know what to make of at first. It's a blizzard of numbers and letters, probably deliberately so, to kind of hide his work. But I figured out what it was because I'm like really good at puzzles. Was all the money you misappropriated.
Dang.
Where's the money going to come from? You don't have the budget for any of this.
Or maybe it comes from another pile of money. That's how money works.
Yeah, you're rich, but rich people steal money all the time. In some cases, it's even why they're rich. It wasn't just money. These numbers, it was all the various criminal statutes. A state dinner, I think Mr. Wynter told you all this in his office.
I am going to tell them everything.
And read that page that you accidentally ripped out. You decided to kill him.
Dang. That's crazy.
All criminal activity is motive plus opportunity, and you saw an opportunity. You were the one leading the non-toxic, chemical-free, conscious landscaping initiative, whatever the hell that is. With your glass that broke, picked up Emily's sister's little tumbler, filled it with paraquat, fine choice, and said, let's meet in the yellow oval room. Let's see if we can talk. I apologize, whatever you needed to say. Even though I have a strong sense that he knew something bad might happen, just like birds have a change in barometric pressure when a storm is coming.
I am going to be dead by the end of the night.
Called at 9:22 p.m.
Had them clear the second floor.
We were told to stay off the floor.
Then you carried the poison into the family living room. Scotch for you, paraquat, and scotch for A.B. And the page from his journal back. Suicide note. And watched him put it into his pocket and then do work. Tried to charm him. But Mr. Wynter also wasn't a cynical person. I don't think he believed someone could be so malevolent, but even after everything, he was still willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. It cost him his life. Wynter drank the poison, realized immediately what it was, and tossed the rest onto the roses. Paraquat works fast and is devastatingly painful, and he was rocked. I'm sure you don't know. But you probably knew enough to know that what he drank wasn't going to kill him. So that miss, but startled him even further. So you went for the clock, and that was it.
Dang, homie.
Dang.
You had to move quickly. So you grabbed the clock and escaped into the passageway. But clock, right? What to do? It's huge and weird and bloody and cracked. And you couldn't just put it down anywhere. And now Elsie and then Bruce were in this room finding the body, and you had no reason. You stuffed the clock in this storage drawer in front of you in the passageway. Clear the hall and then sped out through the treaty room and down the grand staircase, and you were free. But that clock was eating away at you. And then, as time went by and you realized nobody was saying anything about a dead body, and trust me, no Wynter, no broken vase, nothing. Only engineer Bruce Geller looking for a leak from Trip Morgan's room. Genuinely confused, worried, and that's what everyone saw from that point forward.
I was looking for him everywhere.
She seemed worried.
Concerned.
Not panicky, just genuinely worried.
What I saw. You are a great actress, but that's not what it was. You were panicked. And all of the details of what had happened to Mr. Wynter started to come out, that he apparently killed himself in the game room. Yes. And then when I started to bring the investigation down to the second floor, well, like you said, you started to get a little worried. Because you took the final step to bury the evidence, seal it in, hopefully forever. As long as you did, because of the bizarre miscommunications and regrettable behavior from so many other people. Team effort here. Really owes them a lot, even though you hate them.
I messed up for that.
You lost his badge.
This is the man who died. Right here. In this room. Just us. One house, one family, one imperfect union trying to make it work, enduring. He believed in that. I'm just the detective, but I think this is really worth believing in. And she does not believe in this. And that is why she really, really sucks. Also, she's a murderer. Unclear on who has jurisdiction here, so whoever it is, take her away.
No,
No.
I got it. No, quietly. Get her out of here.
Lilly Schumacher.
Lilly Schumacher.
She wasn't even in my top 3. The Swiss guy, the salt guy, and the water guy. And you? Let me guess. Yeah.
Ride or die.
Did he play any role in this?
No. I mean, Trip Morgan was right. He is an asshole. Incredibly rude to Mr. Wynter. He did try to kick me off the case. He did inappropriately, which is anything but the conspiracy stuff. That was all bullshit. Sorry, Senator.
Nah, don't worry about it. We're in a closed session.
To his.
Why did Lilly try to frame Bruce and Elsie?
It was a Hail Mary. She knew I was on to her in the end. She knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I knew what I knew. I don't mean that as a riddle. At some point, you go from not knowing something to knowing it, to fighting in the yellow oval room.
I was in the hall, and I saw him arguing with someone.
What everyone else had told me about Wynter, that he always tried to have his disagreement.
To fight in public. He'd always try to avoid that. He'd bring you in, close the door.
How? Turns out she did see it because she was watching from the family living room where she was mixing her poison. Elliot, I had a strong sense that it was Lilly. I had heard her impersonation, and I never suspected Elliot. And then...
Damn it.
Thank you, Detective Cupp. I've been doing this a very long time. I've never seen anyone like you.
And you never will. That's why she's the greatest.
She's the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
I got you something. For the trip. Do not open in here.
Oh, mackerel, sardines,
Oh,
tin
yeah.
fish of some sort.
Bullshit.
Tin fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for the person sitting next to you on that flight.
I need to make a quick stop.
You sure? Do we have time?
We have time.
Boosie or nephew?
5 minutes. I solved the murder.
The one next door? Does that mean my son's husband will be moving back in?
The President of the United States? He is.
Oh, it was so nice around here.
She really can't stand his ass.
The snotty girl with the attitude?
Yes.
He could have just asked me.
Dang.
Be damn.
Detective Cupp.
I'll have them send up vodka, Miss Cox.
You are good.
Yes, I am. The best.
That's right. You better recognize.
Some respect on my name.
You better catch your flight.
I haven't sent up your drink.
Is there another body there? Just kidding.
No, right?
It's like only murders.
I can't do another 8 episodes to get to the answer.
No.
There's the Falcon.
It's a duffel butt.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a finale.
Yeah, that definitely went a little bit different than what I was expecting. I can't lie. I'm a little disappointed that neither one of my horses came in. I think Rakai is the only one that might have called that called Lilly. So hey, I humbly bow out. Now we'll allow the champion to speak first. Rakai, you called it. How you feeling, man? About you bringing it home?
You know what? I feel good, but I feel awful. Only because of all the things for me to be right about, it didn't need to be this. I need to be right about the lottery numbers or some shit. I don't want to be right about this. all this brain power and still broke. This is some bullshit. And I was feeling good about Trip to say that he was running it. God, he was a yapper. He was running to George McCutcheon, and I was like, oh, he gonna say he did it. But then in the end, he really didn't do it. And I was like, damn it, I felt good about Trip. And I don't know. And like I said, Lilly and Jasmine were my other two, and I thought that Jasmine was gonna pay off. I started to feel good about Jasmine. I'm actually a little bit surprised that it was Lilly.
Mm-hmm.
She was just such an asshole. Once I got off of Harry Hollinger, it was her. And it wasn't until the last episode where she lied. Those things that she said about the inconsistency, I was like, why lie about that? Like, unless you're lying for a specific reason, you're lying to cover something up. And I couldn't figure out why. So that explanation made a whole lot of sense, but it's crazy because like she said, the inconsistencies in the stuff that all these other people did helped her out so much. And this is the craziest. This is a full-on live-action Scooby-Doo mystery. This was wild. But I am glad it's over with. I'm glad that we found our culprit, and I'm glad that we got there. But if I'm honest, 8 episodes, my God. Like,
okay.
Yeah, we could have wrapped this up in about 4 or 5 episodes. Like, you could. I mean, even in this, the last episode, they waited till we got to this one to throw us onto the scent of Jasmine. I mean, it's still these last 2 episodes. They threw us all new curveballs with Bruce and Elsie, and then this one with Jasmine. I was like, geez, like they are milking this for everything. Like, I feel like we finished this just because we had to. We've been on this thing for 17 weeks. Like it just had to, but it was a little bit too much. I mean, I get it. We had a wide cast of characters throughout, aspersions everywhere, but I just, at the end of this, I'm tired. I'm glad that we came to the conclusion. So
I got one quick thing and I'm gonna get to you. My quick thing is I did appreciate the Agatha Christie head nod that they did. And then how somebody had said something to the effect of everybody's kind of fingers and hands was involved in the Agatha Christie one, and then it ends up this was kind of what happened in this. Michael Clare, your horse didn't come in, neither did mine. How you feeling?
I feel betrayed. I feel like, okay, I'm tired too. I'm not gonna lie, I am tired. Like even this episode, even as much as I enjoyed the way they set everything up, the way they explained everything, the way they like pointed fingers, the way she had the move with her from room to room through the whole story retelling of what happened and all the things, I really feel like this episode could have been about a good 45 minutes tops. Because I felt like it just kept going and going, and even with the explanation of like how Lilly did it, that was a good like 30 minutes, and I was like, you could have just told it, like so that part of it for me was a little annoying. I'm just gonna be honest, it was a little annoying. Did I enjoy the show overall? Absolutely. Do I feel like it could have been shortened in many ways, shapes, and forms? Absolutely. So yes. I am disappointed that it wasn't my guy or Jasmine, because I was like, but like we said, it's like it's too obvious, right? What about you, Syntell?
I can't lie. I was like, if they go through all the exposition in the beginning about who all the people, whoever it is that's going to be last is more than likely going to be the person. And my guy was holding strong. I was like, I think I'm about to bring it home. But then it got to a point where I was like, oh man, I don't know if there's going to be enough time to explain, motive, because we was running out of time. And if they did, I got to a point where I was like, man, I kind of hope it's not, because I think they're going to piece together some little
random weirdness,
flimsy motive in order to make that kind of happen. I will agree with you. I'll agree with the both of you that this particular episode was too long. They could have cut at least 30 minutes off of this episode and wrapped it up. But where I still disagree with the both of you is that I really did enjoy this murder mystery. To me, the length was about on par. I did like the misdirections and all of that. So with that, I thought that was dope. But golly, man, I just knew I just knew I was gonna win. I was starting to get arrogant.
I was
gonna say something cocky and arrogant and be like, yeah, let daddy bring it home. And they was like, nah, it's Lilly. So I was happy I shut my mouth up.
Because when my Secret Service guy was like moving around and stuff I was like, oh, it was him, was it? They about to be like, it was you. Didn't happen.
Okay, so here's my question, and I'll answer it. I'll go first. Would you want to see a season 2 of this?
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go. Mine will be super quick. I had a good time, so I would watch a second season of it. But to add to some of the notes that you all said, you know, make that finale shorten that finale up. And I would like to see kind of like how they do with White Lotus, going to different locations. Like we've done the White House now. You know, if she went to Parliament, that could be interesting. You know, or something else. You know, maybe she went to a CEO of one of those tech companies or whatever it is, and there's a murder there. I think that they've got something. I think they got a pretty decent skeleton, and I would like to see a second season. Let's start with you, Rikai. Would you even want to see a second season?
Yes, but no.
Okay.
And what I say about that is most of these episodes were like half an hour, right?
No, they're pretty long. They're about 45 minutes each.
All right, well, that's even worse because I knew the first one was maybe close to an hour. I knew the last one was an hour. I knew this one was an hour and a half. So that's 3.5 hours for the first, the 7th, and 8th. So I figured, 2 through 6 were maybe about 30 minutes, but 45 minutes is even worse. You gave us about 8 hours of content.
Yeah.
Roughly, you dragged this on way too long because the one thing I did appreciate about this was they gave us the nod, of course, very much in the same as this, to Agatha Christie and Murder on the Orient Express. However, they made 2 movies out of that are around 2.5 hours apiece. It may not be as good as the book, but you got the whole gist of it. You got the whole murder and everything laid out, and they finally come to conclusion, and you are satisfied with that in 2.5 hours, not 8. Oh my God! Like this was too long. Too long. This could have been a great movie. Very much like Knives Out. I got the same thing as this in Knives Out in 2.5 hours. Like
that's fair.
This is too much.
That's fair.
Whatever Benoit Blanc, whatever he was doing in them movies, whoever Daniel Craig was, yes, that. I do agree with MC. Oh, I think you solved a crime at the White House, great. Now, because she is international, she was solving crimes in Australia, all these impossible crimes. Yes, to take her on an international tour each season of this would be fantastic. Not this 8 episode stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? No. And if you're gonna do this, you break each episode down into, you might make the first one a little bit long, make the last one a little bit long. You break the rest of these up into 30 minutes, and maybe you give me a 3.5 hour tale and wrap this, because this was entirely it was too long. It was too much. They took us all the way around the world to come back at the least likely person that, this was too much. It's too much.
All right, Michael Clare, would you want to see a second season?
I would. Okay, I do want to see a second season because of who produced.
Shonda.
Yes.
Yeah, Shonda Project.
Yeah, because this is Shonda project. I absolutely would love to see a second season. Now, do I want to watch a second season is another question. It would have to be somewhere like the streets of Chicago or something for me to watch a second season. I don't want it to be another like high sedity location where there's there's not a lot of people that look like me. I mean, if you have everybody that's Sheila up in that piece, I would watch the second season.
Okay.
Because I need more characters with a little bit more interest for me.
Okay. The representation matters.
Yeah, I mean, and just more interest. Like these people, like,
I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, and like Rikai said, if it's shortened, I feel like it could have been a limited series, and not a whole series type of thing. So maybe like good 3-4 episodes, and then Oh, Siri thought I was talking to her. Sorry about that. Then that would have been good. So I mean, I would watch that.
All right. So one more smaller little quick question. First, let me address the chat real quick. Frank in the chat said, "I got to say they stuck the landing for me. She earned that brag." Rakai, you unfortunately you won't be able to answer this question, but I want to ask you real quick. Only murders in the building.
Mm-hmm.
The residents. Where are you weighing them? That's the only thing that I can think of that this is kind of close to is Only Murders in the Building. And I can understand why Netflix would gamble on a show like this to compete with somebody like Only Murders in the Building.
First season of Only Murders, because it had more humor for me.
Yes, I agree.
However, I feel like the writing was a little better in this one.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I mean, how do you feel?
I'm biased. I love Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
And I strongly recommend if you haven't watched it,
Yeah.
watch it. It does murder mystery very well done.
Yes.
And I still like this one more. But yeah, but I'm glad we got a little bit of some different ideas of how this show went.
Yeah.
Okay. Rakai, sorry I didn't have a question for you regarding that, but I do see that wheel spinning in your head, man. What's your thought?
Because I think what's interesting about this, because we said it at the very beginning when it started, this was, the only Shondaland property that took second place.
Yeah.
Usually everything else she drops is first place when it comes out and
First
stays there
place
for a
with
while.
bullet.
And this took second place. And I think that's crazy because she's the producer of this, but she's going to take all the blame for why it wasn't number one and all this, even though her, longtime writer, Paul William Davis, he was the writer and director of this. So even though this was done very smartly, had great dialogue, had some great characters and things, even with the flaws it had, really that's still more him than her, even though she gonna take the blame for it. So, if there was a season 2, which I don't mind there being a season 2, MC said it perfectly. I would love to see a season 2, even though I don't know if I want to see a season 2. Like, it was too much. If they shorten it, maybe did 5 or 6 episodes, maybe did them a half an hour piece or something like that, yeah, then maybe that'll work. Can we get in there? Get in. Out. I think it's one of those things that if this same dude is going to stay on it, something would need to change, because he took a swing, and sometimes you got to take you got to swing for the fences, and he did. Yeah, and I'm not mad at him, you know what I'm saying? But I think this was a triple, not a home run. Like, you got thrown out at third base, my guy. Like, he stuck the landing. He really did. It took too long to get here, my dude. Like,
I can't lie. I do want to make note of something that I did really enjoy.
Okay.
And that's Uzo Aduba?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, let me tell you she deserves an award of some sort for this performance. So I don't want it to be thought that I just didn't enjoy it or nothing was great about. Like I like her whole Cordelia was amazing. I loved everything about her. I loved her sarcasm, her wit, her charm, her timing, her everything, like her confidence, all of it. So I just want to say that I just wanted to point that out, because that was something in this actual series that I think deserves a little.
Yeah.
I want to say something real quick on the tail of that. I love and hate, and not Uzo Aduba's her portrayal of Cordelia Cupp. I absolutely loved it. I hate the fact that they painted in certain ways that Cordelia was on the spectrum, maybe.
Okay.
And the only way that she could be this good was that she's on the spectrum. I love positive portrayals of people on the spectrum. But I feel sometimes too that they always fall into this place where they turn Sherlock and Cordelia Cupp and all these people that are saying, we're on the spectrum, we have a form of autism, and we are just the most intelligent people that have ever lived. And I think it's disingenuous to do that to the community. I love the fact that she took what she had and put it to work to use for her. She had eidetic memory. She, she had a lot of qualities that would put her on the spectrum, even though they never said that in here. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a representation of the community of people that are on the spectrum. I think it's one of those things, representation matters. So I think it's great that people see that. But if you expect everyone to be Sherlock and Cordelia Cupp, that's not a good thing. So I loved her portrayal of Cordelia. I loved the way she was. I loved everything about it. I loved how who would have thought that you could make a show about somebody who's a birder and make that interesting? That is crazy talk. I think that Paul William Davies, the guy who wrote this, he must be a birder. There's no way.
Yeah.
You don't research that much about birds and put this into a show. He must be a birder himself. But I do agree with MC that she should be nominated for an Emmy for this performance. Like, she really was outstanding in this turn.
I agree.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say? And then I want to try to remember.
Okay, I'll make mine super quick. I was a little concerned about Giancarlo Esposito for one reason, and that is he just recently did a project on Captain America, and I thought they didn't really get a chance to really use his talents. He's a very talented actor. He brings a lot to the stage. He's not a leading man per se, even though he does have leading man projects, but there's something about him that doesn't make him like a leading man for a lot of projects. And I thought that when we saw this, and once they killed him off in the very beginning, and then we kind of pieced together the whodunit, and he kind of just became like a bit of an afterthought. I really appreciated this episode because it let Giancarlo just really kind of like show who A.B. Wynter was, and gave him like a really good time of spotlight. And I was just happy that he didn't just become like a little side piece. This exceptional talent that's like a side piece to the bigger story. So I was just really happy about that they didn't do my boy like that, because I am a fan of Giancarlo, and he got a chance to really kind of like shine in the light. That was my little quick thing.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was in every episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it was like quick little bits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For me, I was like, oh man, I just really want him to do something where he can just really
stand out,
like sink his teeth in, and just really in this episode gave him that opportunity. Michael Claire, I was about to cut you off.
Oh no,
I was cutting you off.
No, I just so I don't lose train of thought. The only thing that's standing out to me as a miss, if I will, and it just because I wondered the significance, and I do understand that it was part of the backstory and all of the things, right? We still don't know what happened to her brother.
I think that's going to be a setup for if they do get another season.
Yeah,
I think
they'll have to give some more backstory.
Yeah, because there's going to be a mystery with that, right? I thought that a couple of episodes even after the fact. I was like, why aren't they talking about that more?
Yeah, because I was like, I mean, and I get that they made the whole her sister's sock, her like how she became interested in being a detective and finding things, and her why behind why she does it. But then at the same time, I was like, why are you going to show this and then not say anything about it, not bring it up again?
Father's mysterious death, all of that.
Well, yeah, and just the brother thing is what really hit home, because she went into the room, and so I was like, why are they showing this, and then never mentioned it. So that
it's a nugget. I think it's a breadcrumb.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm just like, making me scratch my head.
Hey, I know we have gone at length, but this is the season finale, so we kind of go a little bit longer when it comes to this. Somebody that I agree, Syntell, I met him in real life. He was awesome behind the scenes too. That's in regards to Giancarlo Esposito.
That's awesome.
Let me know what your final thoughts are before we start closing this bad boy out.
I think Rakai had something to say.
Okay, go ahead, Rakai. We'll start with you.
Well, and I can fold it into my final thoughts. And actually, I really feel like I've said everything that I want to say about this series. My thing was going to be a question.
Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito's role originally was not his. It was Andre Brower.
That's right. That is right.
And at the closing credits at the end of this episode, this entire series was in memory of Andre Brower, who died, who passed during production. And they recast his role and reshot all the shots with Giancarlo. And you know, and people don't know Andre Brower probably most famously from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but he's been in so many things, and he's a phenomenal actor. He was.
He would have been a great choice for this too. Right.
And that was my question: like, how much A.B. Wynter, being how he played this, do you think it just Giancarlo came in and just played it the way he would, or was it based on Andre Brower's performance? I don't know if he ever saw Andre Brower's dailies or whatever, but how much different do you think you would have thought about this piece as a whole if it was Andre Brower instead of Giancarlo? Because I'm so used to Andre being so funny and with that quick wit that he had on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It would have been hard to see him play this role the way Giancarlo played.
It would have been played completely different, and you beat me to it. You actually answered my own question. Humor goes a really long way. You don't go to Giancarlo Esposito for, you know, super funny. I mean, he can be funny. Let me be clear, he can be funny, but you don't go to him for funny. You know, I've only seen just a few episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he's got like a dry-ish kind of humor that kind of goes with it, and I think that would have been perfect, especially with the setting of our misfit crew or misfit family. That would have been like a cool little quirk. It would have been a totally different show. I think that's how much of a different impact it would have been. I'm not mad at them picking Giancarlo. I'll always be a Giancarlo fan, always. But I do think this would have been a totally different show if the unfortunate didn't happen.
I agree.
The big one was Glory. Remember back in the day, in the 54th. That's the really big one that Andre was in. He's been in a few other things.
I don't know if I really have thoughts about that right now. I would have to process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rakai, did you have any anything you want to just kind of like stick a pin in this real quick? Because I was going to pass it to Michael Claire for our final thoughts.
No, I'm done, and let me go ahead and just wrap up my little piece. I've said a lot.
Oh, did you have any comments on Andre Brower? I'm just assuming that you didn't.
Oh no, I don't. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, she said she had to think about it a little bit. No, I'm glad that we got to see the Daffle butt at the end fly out from the White House. So that was good. We just missed a Terrier. We needed a Terrier.
That's what's for dinner. Just kidding. We're vegan. We ain't need no Terrier.
I know that every time we watch all of these things, we absolutely try to use our mind, and especially in a murder mystery, like we were all up here. But I do want to thank you guys for this journey, because it definitely, I could feel it coming from here. So anyone, if you want to check out more of what I do, and you know, if you just want to type me some comments, tell me shut the hell up, come see me at patreon.com or youtube.com/NupeLaVille, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. Thank you, chefs.
Oh, thank you, chefs. And if you want to get to know this beautiful woman a little bit better, Michael Claire, tell people how they get in contact with you.
You can contact me at my dinner table because I'm hungry as hell.
Some vegan Teddy.
Please forgive me all the things. I'm half delirious from hunger. However, there will be a beautiful, wonderful link in the description.
Yep.
It will be super easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yes.
Okay. And for those that have been enjoying the journey, if you want to know who it is that we're talking to off screen, members of our Patreon get a special section of the Discord, a private section where you can just actually watch us do these reactions. And you can join in on the fun. As you can see, it's like family. We just really chop it up and just have a really good time. There'll be a link in the description so you can get to it super quick. There'll be a link in the description so you can get to Michael Claire. There'll be a link in the description so you can reach Rakai as well, and make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. And of course, I'll show some love to his Patreon as well. I think I crossed all my T's and dotted my I's. I think I'm all good. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you in the next project. All right, y'all, take care. Peace.